It appears there's yet more problems once again for the former royals known as Harry and Meghan. But more pertinently, it's really all about, well, if Harry could actually get it all together in time. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you're well today. Fine and dandy. Yes, we're in Edgware today. Edgware Road Tube is behind me. That is the Bakerloo version of the tube. What's interesting here is for those who lived in London or who may have remembered this particular area, this would have been the tube station that you would have gone in had you have visited the very famous music hall, the Metropolitan on Edgware Road, which was pulled down in the early 1960s to make way for a police station. And guess what? That's now been pulled down too. So everything comes a full circle. Beautiful theatre, the Metropolitan, let me tell you. Such a shame that it was knocked down and many huge stars of the day appeared. In fact, you could see many of the big stars, it wasn't like today, they apparently would take the tube home. So this was a bit of a star-spotting area. Funny how things and times move on, isn't it? Back as ever to your breaking roll story of the day. Now, this particular story, a lot of people are already sort of calling it cut and dry, you know. This is the big hacking claim story for the former royal known as Prince Harry. You know, very keen, as we know, to make sure he takes the British test to, press to task. The bottom line, the thing really with Harry is this, that obviously it's dented his reputation quite badly. Many people are, saying, well, why are you bothering so many years down the line? Equally, though, there are other people in this particular case against Mirror Group newspapers, including, politicians, soap stars, television personalities. It's obviously because Harry's very high profile that his particular case is picking up most of the headlines. But he's had a bit of a setback because, according to court papers, Harry's going to have to come up with some very credible evidence to back up some of the claims, allegedly, regarding phone hacking and leaked stories. According to those papers, they're basically saying, well, if this is your evidence, you need it to be stronger. Now, of course, this is a battle going forward for the next alleged 7 weeks, unless, of course, the former royal known as Prince Harry decides to do as what his brother did and take a payment and draw a line under it. That is exactly what Mirror Group newspapers are hoping that he will do. But of course, he's got other ideas, and quite frankly, he's very keen to have his day in court opposite the former editor of that newspaper and now television celebrity, Piers Morgan. Now, I'm not suggesting for one moment that, in fact, Mr. Morgan will be called in front of the court. That remains to be seen how far this particular incident goes on. And as I say, the newspaper are hoping that Harry may settle out of court. The picture is this, you see, if Prince Harry truly believes that this is a home and dry case, according to those court papers, he's going to have to come up with a lot of bigger backup evidence to the claims that he's claiming regarding those particular phone hacking segments. And this is where it gets really difficult. As I've mentioned to you before, it's very tricky if you're in the case of Prince Harry, because he's never actually been down this route before, taking full counsel from, of course, his very expensive barrister team. But the bottom line is, eventually, when you get into that court, it's simply up to you to be able to substantiate those claims, back them up, and more importantly, put on a very convincing performance that your version of events is the truth. It's very tricky times now for Harry and Meghan, because if this case doesn't go to plan, it could be colossally expensive and, more importantly, backfire and dent his reputation even further, and more importantly, that of the British monarchy. Neil Sean, Edgware Road, London.